guys. So I just wanted to talk about like makeup and stuff like that. Because sometimes when you're like at night and you're like tired, and sometimes when you lose like your self worth for yourself, I know as a woman, I know sometimes that happens to me a lot. So I just wanted to know like and the feeling of it too. Because it's like when you're depressed and you feel lonely, it's just you think of your own self care, for your own self love or balance. So that's why when we build ourselves stronger for our self loving feeling of us, the reason why we do all that is just because it's the momentum of the love that we need to feel for ourselves. Again, it makes us feel like we're loving ourselves in the brightest, beautiful way. And when men say sometimes that we wear too much makeup right now, I'm not wearing too much makeup. All that I'm wearing is honestly, you guys, I'm wearing mineral powder. I took skincare, you guys, so of course I went to school to become a skincare professional. So of course I know how to like take care of my skin. So I use this powder brush. I use these just a little bit, like I only put like a dab just for the color of absorption. I put pure oxygen serum by Skin Fitness because it's a good skincare practice. I mean, of course, it's my own skincare, what I do for my own skincare, the makeup tools, of course, I massage the oil for the serums in my skin because, if you stretch your muscles, it helps like redeem your beauty for your standards. Because you remember, all of our bodies are made from muscle, so we have facial muscles that age in time to make us like age. However, the beauty of our standard is in evidence of you do facial exercises. Like I always do this. And then like also if you go like this and then you hold it like this. What it's basically doing, like you see like it looks a little bigger. Basically what happened was like there's of course it's like it's pressure points where your face is. But it's by your lips because your lips have muscles of blood vessels, of course. That's why you don't press on them too long, of course, because it's just stands to have evidence just to know. It's just for muscle activity of vein bursting activity. It's not bursting veins, it's just making the blood go to the desired lip of aim. So that way the lips can get bigger in the stream of blood flow. Because it's like it's building veins of cavity to make it fill the lip cavity more blood. So that's why, because it's a mark of justice, of course. Of course, with skincare, this is, I know the basics because I'm a skincare student. I was a skincare student. I didn't get my license to become a professional. But I already know professional standards for my own business of skincare practices too. And of course, as my own self, defending myself with my own self love for myself, I do makeup and this is not your evidence to basically say you're not the only one who sometimes feel out of balance of yourself too. Because it's just the emotional outlook, because it's when you're needing like some reassurance or some guidance of emotional like feelings of what you're feeling, you wear like your desired look for yourself to make yourself feel better about yourself for self-esteem wise. So I use this for my lips and it worked really well, you guys. Like sometimes you guys know like my lips sometimes be very dry, but I use this and that's a little bit of it. It's a Melodyne Remedy Skin Repair Cream Everyday Moisturizer. It nourishes and conditions dry, cracked skin. It's non-allergenic, non-sensitive, and it has a good compatibility of CHG. So it has a lot of good variations And it really makes me actually think the brightest justice afterwards. And this beats all the chopsticks that I've used. You know, like this one is like my highest, strongest substantial of evidence to make my lips feel better. So of course, you guys, it's just a feeling of when you feel like down and depressed and you need someone to talk to, an emotional feeling. It makes you feel lonely when you just have no one to talk to. Like no one to understand you, understand your own story and understand your own life purpose, or just understand your own walk of shoe. Because, we all have a shoe of a background of our old story that we're trying to outgrow. That's why I think of us as diamonds going from pressure to become better in ourselves. Because it's just the emotional fulfillment that we always deem possible for ourselves. Because think about it, no one wants to live their whole life just angry all the time. There was one part of time when they wanted to feel the love and caring and nurturing they needed to feel once more. But of course, we all know life is not a fairy tale. We know. But we understand that the guidance that we get from one another really could shape us and or build us into the best substantial of evidence to say that we're here and we made a stronger impact in our lives too. So, it's just one of those thinkings. For my eyebrows, you guys, I basically use the liquid eyeliner. So basically I put it right here. So I just blended it in right there. Like I made a line right there to blend it. Just right there to make a line just to fill it in. But the naturalist way, only where the most pigment needed to go. And then also I just used I didn't put a concealer on that. No, I didn't. I just lined it up the best possible way. And then I used dark brown pencil just to blend in on the light effect of the eyebrows that needed to be darkened. Of course, you guys, I like to keep it in a substantial, natural look just because it makes me feel the brightest of justice of my creation of how I look. It's like it makes me feel like I'm a princess in my own right. It makes me feel beautiful too, because it says heal yourself even when it hurts. And like seeing yourself how beautiful you are, it's just heal yourself even when it hurts, and this makes you stronger but beautiful to know too. Because it feels beauty in a deeper level. I feel like the biggest, deeper level of beauty. It feels like the level of beauty. Hold on, I'm getting something else. Because I feel like Mother Claus, you guys. This feels like the Christmas of Mother Claus. Because it's good news. It feels like the brightest of good news. It's like it's almost New Year's and it's like almost Christmas and it's the best news ever to know of a story to go into for ourselves, to get on our feet, take care of our family, take care of ourselves, and start healing ourselves deeper because Christmas now is the biggest holiday for us to remember everything before the New Year's. So it's like the New Year's is a time where we reflect based on the last year. But we want to better ourselves because that's the biggest Christmas present. Because it's the present. So that's the biggest Christmas present. So I want to say thank you, you guys, for watching this video with me. And of course, YouTube, thank you for the understanding of business partnership, also contract of terms. And I understand of the substantial outlook, but it was theme of the appropriation. So it was just, making sure the justice of you, of course, was in sight. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to get more tattoos, you guys. Like, I want to get more. Because Rihanna had this tattoo and I thought this was cute also. Like, but she has it in Arabic, but I wanted mine in English. But basically, I wanted something deeper because I have on my chest of life, you guys. So it says live life. So it says live life. So I want to heal myself even when it hurts, and I want to live life. And I'm a Scorpio woman that's dominant and masculine at the same time. So, and I'm a career-oriented woman too, and I'm a lawyer. But I'm not like a lawyer that's like a like official statement of lawyer. I'm a legal coach, so I do legal documentaries and legal secretary terms of business, substantial of evidence of partnership of agreements, and also the building blocks of sales mindset of building oneself up in the development of business manner of partnership goals. So I basically build myself up in a project of business management. So, and especially in a sales business, because the best business is when you're basically yourself, and then you let yourself express how you feel about yourself. And that's why I joined YouTube Partnership, a business substantial background to understand my own story and how YouTube changed my life. And that was like the biggest Christmas for me to feel. Because it's not even Christmas yet, but I know that the future is bright. Because YouTube's partnership and a legal mindset of the Clarence, it made me stronger. Because now I know my story mattered. And if it mattered to YouTube, they mattered even more to me too. Because they heard my story and they wanted to change my background. And they wanted to learn more about me while we build each other up too. Because they actually built me a family of a community. And they built me a reason into why I had a purpose. And they built a reason for me to understand too why I joined business or partnership of YouTube. And it's the best blessing for me to feel. And I'm so happy because there's so much more in the future that I'm working towards. And I want to say thank you to YouTube. And I want to say thank you to Egyptologists to understand the background of evidence that Nefertiti is here. And I want to say thank you among you guys. I want to say thank you, my fellow like spiritual warriors, the people who are joining me in this battle of existence and becoming the best person that we could be because we all have a life purpose. And we're not going to see our history shape again into our lives again because we're stronger. We're not going to let people just deem our history as a collaboration that we never demand justice in our own life. We all want to see Christmas just like everybody else. We all want to be able to say we had a happy holidays. We all want to say we had a good morning because that's the best holiday to hear a good morning to know. That means like that's the biggest blessing to say good morning to someone. When you say good morning, it makes them feel that there's gonna be a good day. It means it's a quest of a good day to have because you're saying good morning to me. So use the words powerfully, of course. Not all words are the restriction of justice, so just understand that too. So when you say good morning and then when you say good night, those is just the justice to say good morning, my friend, and good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Because if you just say good night, that's like an ending of a day. So good night is like an ending of a day. So it's like the end of course. So this thing is like the end of a day. So yeah. Because this is time. We're measured by time of existence, of acknowledgments of life purpose, of what we want to build, a substantial background for us to go into. Because that's a purpose. We have a purpose. So while we're here in this world, there's a purpose why our ancestors worked so hard to get us to the story for ourselves to grow again and become stronger for them also. So yeah, you guys, it's just so much that I'm so happy for, But happy Christmas, of course, happy holidays and everything else, and have a good new year. And of course, the transformation you're making of yourself is making you stronger so you can become the best version of yourself again. Because nobody knows that you're more stronger than yourself because you know you're more stronger than yourself. Because nobody is more stronger than you. And that's the best feeling ever in the world to know. When you know there's nobody else that's stronger to make you grow, just like every day to make you grow too. Because that's like the most strongest understanding to know. I'm only measured by time in this world. Yes, I have a life purpose. But at least that day and night, every time I sing good morning and every time I sing good night, at least I know on my mission of substantial background, I was deeming my life purpose every day to why I built myself stronger and why I didn't want to back down from any challenge I faced to become the best person that I can be for myself and my ancestors because they walked among us in this world too. And to be here in the Cinco Tanto, it just makes me feel like a celebration of acknowledgement. Because, like I said, I have a therapist who's training me on the best acknowledgement of Spanish background. So that way, for my ancestors, I could speak it the proper way of languaging. Because, I have friends who told me that my Spanish sounds more Spanish. So it's like in my last name of Perkins, I want to dig more into my ancestry acknowledgements to know all my substantial background so I can love myself in the deepest, darkest, and deepest way because it's like it's darkest because it was a time of slavery. So that was a time when we were forced into like slavery encampment to make ourselves look like this to us today. So that's why I said those are the darkest backgrounds of it. But the lightest background of it is I'm here and I'm standing and I have a purpose to understand why I don't want history in my life again, or for my kids, or for my men. And it makes me feel like a stronger woman. It's time to celebrate Christmas the happy way. To know that she has a good morning and she has a purpose. And she has a purpose too. Well, I want to say thank you for this video, you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.